Hello, hello, happy Sunday Crafternoon. Get myself together here and hopefully you all will find me in your news feed on Facebook. There we go. Awesome sauce. So today is Sunday Crafternoon. It's the 19th of March of 23. Welcome. It's good to have you here. We have some fun cards to put together today. We're going to go on a little journey. What does that mean? You'll see in a few minutes. But before we do get started with that, I want to make sure I'm going to see all your comments. Hopefully. Today I made sure I plugged in my phone so I won't lose anybody. You know, it's a live and learn type thing, right? So Sunday Crafternoon with Dawn. We're having a mini class today and we're going to be working with the greatest journey today. But I have some fun things to show you before we do get started. Last week I was telling all of you about online exclusives. And I still had a few people who were a little bit nervous that maybe Stampin' Up! Was going to take away our printed catalogs. And that is not the case at all. Stampin' Up! Is going to have printed catalogs, just like we always have. It's just that this way they can be flexible with giving us some new products in a timely manner without having to worry about putting them in a printed publication, so to speak. Does that make sense? So that they're a little bit more flexible with what they can offer us. And I tell you what, things are going like hotcakes over there on on the online store. And if you guys are interested in checking those items out, I'm going to be showing you some samples. But if you go to dawnscreativechalet.stampinup.net, you're going to see a big banner flash before your eyes. It says online exclusives. All of those pictures at my online store are clickable, which means you click on it and it will take you directly to the link. Otherwise, you can look for it by searching within my store online exclusives. And depending on what device you're using is how it'll work. So I don't want to sit there and tell you one way and you're like, Dawn, no, that's not it. But seriously, just do a quick search, online exclusives. Alrighty. So thanks again for being here. Make sure to share this with your friends. If you haven't already, make sure to please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's a work in progress, but anyway, make sure to, there we go. Oh my goodness. Okay. I forgot to put the do not disturb on my phone. Sorry about that, you guys. Hopefully I am still here. I am. Okay, cool. Oh gosh. Every week I have a situation, I tell you. But anyway, make sure to hit the black bell when you do subscribe to my YouTube channel, and that will make sure that you get all of the notifications on your phone as I add things to YouTube and do a little bit more with YouTube. Also, make sure to check out my blog, dawnscreativechalet.com. And there you'll find the replay of this. You'll find other information as far as the products that we use today. And sometimes when I'm really good, hey, Kristen. Hello, Evelyn. Happy Sunday Crafternoon. Oh, goodness. Anyway, you will find sometimes if I'm really on it, I'll put measurements on there as well. But otherwise, I just say, watch the replay. It's all there for sure. And also, of course, I've already told you about my beautiful online store, right? Okay. So along with that, some things that are going on at the chalet coming up, because you guys know me, I'm a planner. So this coming Thursday, the 23rd, it's hard to believe that March is almost over. I know I say this every month, but hey. Hi, Judy. How are you? Hello to the South. Good to have you. On Thursday, March the 23rd, I have my product class. It's going to be playing in the rain. And that class is now closed as it is a product class and I have to order those products in advance. But I cannot wait to share that with some of you who will be here. It's gonna be fun. I love that suite of product. It's so cute. And then also as we get into April, on April the 7th, 12 noon to 2 p.m. over at Starbucks for a free sip and stamp craft. And by the way, since we're on that subject, I checked and I was talking to the manager this past week over at Starbucks. She's awesome. I love her dearly. And Ram said that the first Friday of every single month, the rest of the year works, except one. And I wasn't even paying attention to it. But the weekend of Labor Day, I'm going to scoot it. So we'll have to do it the week after that. She said, is this going to be too crazy busy in there? She really doesn't want us in the way. I mean, she said it in a nice way, but I get it. I totally get it. I remember those days being an innkeeper. It's just a crazy weekend. So with that being said, first Friday of every month, except for September, and I'll remind you about that as we go along, because that's far, far, far in advance, right? Like I can't remember what I'm going to do tomorrow. So anyway, so that'll be coming up pretty soon in April on the 7th, 12 noon to 2 p.m. And I do have a little special treat for those of you that do come to see me. So that's a dangling carrot. Easter's coming up. Okay. Yeah, that's your hint. So you want to make sure to join me over at Starbucks if you're local or local-ish. Okay. Also on Thursday, April the 13th, we have creative card class coming up. It's going to be spring all occasion cards, and it's going to be using this beautiful paper right here. It's $25 or free with a minimum order during class. And it's just, I don't know, it's pretty, isn't it? I love this paper. It's called the Regency Park paper, and we're going to use it for our cards for a creative card class. Now in April, I do not have a product class. I'm going to show you these cards. Flashy, just real quick. I do not have an April product class as I am going to be on vacay. I cannot wait. I'm going to be playing in the mud, literally. So with that being said, I don't have that scheduled for April. I just felt it was easier since I just am getting quite a full schedule as we get into April and May and all that good stuff. And then on Friday, May the 5th, just to remind you, first Friday of the month will be another Starbucks sip and stamp, a free craft, free make and take. And that again, same time, 12 noon to 2 p.m., right? We love consistency. It helps us all remember. It helps me remember. And then also the next day on Saturday, May the 6th, yeah, that's going to be busy. Crazy, is my BOGO event over at Amber Town Hall, starting at 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. Alrighty, so make sure to tell all your friends about that. It's a popular event. Get a car full. Just come on over and shop all of my retired Stampin' Up! Products. They're marked as they would be in the catalog, and then you do get a coupon for the same amount that you spend. So our new catalog is coming out on May 2nd. So on May 6th, I know your list is going to be this long with wantables, right? Everything that you want. That's what we do as makers. We want it all. So with that being said, you use your coupon towards that long list of product. You can go over the coupon. That's great. You just pay the overage, the shipping, and the tax. And then basically you get free stuff. I mean, how can you beat that, right? You go to any other store and find that. I challenge you. All right. Also, just to tell you about Paper Pumpkin, called All the Little Things. I keep wanting to call it The Best Is Yet to Come for several reasons, but those who know, who know. Anyway, and in the April kit, we have this cute little organizer. And for those of you who have been part of Paper Pumpkin with me for a while are going to love this, because we're getting a collection of these little guys, aren't we? And with that being said, you know, depending on where you are keeping them in storage, this could be cute. It's going to fit right inside a paper pumpkin box. So you'll be able to use another way to, I guess, recycle your paper pumpkin box. That's a good way of saying it, right? And anyway, so it's going to be included in April's kit. So sign up by the 10th of April if you want April's kit. All right. If you have questions about that, make sure to reach out to me. I can help you with that. And then also, like I was telling you about these online exclusives. Now, if you go to my store and you decide, I really don't want to put in an order, it makes me a little bit nervous, or you're just not used to doing that, that's okay. You can just contact me. Just let me know what it is that you're wanting to order, and I can put in an order for you. I can tell you, like I said, things are coming and going on there very rapidly. These new products that we have been very, very popular. And with that being said, that's a great segue, because I have some samples of some of these items where I've made some things. So you guys want to see them? I'm excited. I was working on these yesterday. So first of all, just to let you guys know, you're going to see this paper with the samples I'm going to show you next. This is an awesome pack of paper. Check it out. All of these patterns, because it's double-sided, it's 48 sheets. And it is, I think it's, gosh, 4 each. I was going to say 4 each of 12 double-sided designs. And it features Blackberry Bliss, Crushed Curry, Parakeet Punch, Polished Pink, Starry Skies, Sweet Sorbet, and Basic White. Anyway, I love it. I love the patterns in it. And this is a host pack of paper. It's found in the back of our mini catalog that is available, or while supplies last, till the end of April before it expires. With that being said, what is a host pack of paper? So if you place a minimum of $150 order, or you have a friend or two that want to chip in with you and do that together, this pack is big enough. You could chop it and share it as far as that goes. But anyway, if you place a minimum of $150 order or more, you can purchase this pack of paper, which is a $30 value, I believe, for $18. So it's pretty stinking awesome. I love all of the different, it almost reminds me kind of like 70-ish, kind of funky. I don't know. But anyway, I just wanted to show you that. So if you're asking where are you finding that designer series paper, that's where it is. So let's show you this, because I believe that Rhino Ready is still available. This is one of those online exclusives, and it comes with dies. The dies will cut, I believe, the grass, the 3 rhinos, the itty bitty bird, what do you call these things? I call it a blower thing. Does yours keep going in and out, Judy? Back out of my live and then come back in. I hope that that will work for you. I hope it's not me. It looks like I'm smooth and live on my end, but I don't know. So might want to back out and back in. Come back in. Hi, Nancy. How are you? Hello, hello. It is a great pack of paper, isn't it? Oh my goodness. I love it. So anyway, with that being said, let's show you guys some samples. Now, I have to admit, some of these are case cards. There's a wonderful demonstrator. Her name is Allie Gomez, and she came up with some cute cards. I had to case them. Have you guys ever found that? Where you just, thank you, Kristen, where you just see something, you just have to make it, right? So this one here is made with those Rhino Ready, with that bundle. And it's a fun full card with a belly band on it. And I'm not going to pull it apart right now. But anyway, you get the gist. And again, just check out that paper. Isn't that cool? And this is the Starry Sky cardstock that I made that with. And then there's a couple more here that I cased. I loved it so much. Oh my gosh. It's so stinking cute. So this card here pops up. It's like a little easel. Okay. Isn't that adorbs? I absolutely love it. Now I made a card with the, I'm trying to think of the name of the stamp set. It's the kitty cats that are in the mini catalog. But anyway, I made a card, I believe, like this with that set. Love Cats, I think it's called. And then here's another one. This one, I just made it as a regular card. She did some fancy fold, and it was super cute. But I was getting lazy, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to make a regular card with it. So, by the way, you're going to see these leaves, right? They are a great match because they're not in Rhino Ready. But I'm going to show you something else here in a minute, a segue to it. This is a great way to use the other, there's another stamp set that is online only, and it's totally different cards than what you're seeing, but it goes great with Rhino Ready. So that's just a good excuse to get the other set I'm going to show you along with this bundle, right? And then there are some more cards that I decided to make right here. This is Fresh Freesia. This is that pack of paper that I was just showing you. Just a mix and match kind of thing, and just kind of artsy fartsy, right? Isn't he cute? I just love these rhinos. And then here's another one. This is just a piece of basic white cardstock, pretty plain, not a lot of layers, very unlike me, but I was trying to do simple-ish. These are the dies. These are so cute, so cute. And then there is this card here. Now you'll see this pattern behind here. That was designer paper that I ran through with an embossing folder. And those are also at the online store as well. In fact, let me just show those to you now. Grab them up. So they're a set of 3. This is the one I used on that. And then you're going to see a card in a minute where I use this one. It looks like measles. I'm sorry, it does. And then there's this cool looking thing here. Isn't that neat? I love that pattern. So I think between all of what I'm going to show you, I have used at least this once. So that is that one. Here's the measles. Whoops, the measles card. And again, I used that pack of DSP. This card is a lot of fun. Watch this. So it comes up like this, and then it unfolds like this. Ta-da! And then you have your cute little rhinos there. Isn't that cute? I love it. Love it, love it, love it. It's a lot of fun. So those are the rhinos, Rhino Ready, and that's the bundle. Getting both the stamp set and the dies. And then, of course, I just showed you the set of 3 of the embossing folders. And then here are the leaves that I used on several of the cards I just showed you. So this is Tropical Leaf. It does come with a punch. And I have to grab that punch. There it is. I should have grabbed it out. I forgot about that. So it coordinates with the larger leaf. If you do want to cut out the smaller leaf, it's easy enough to fussy cut. Even I was doing fussy cutting, and I don't like to do fussy cutting. But anyway, it's a super easy piece to fussy cut. And with that, let me show you just a couple of cards that I just made recently. Here is this one. Now, I did use a different stamp set on the splotch. Can you see that? And I embossed it. I think it looks really super cool. And I love the font, once again, and the sentiments. They're easy peasy, right? So that is one card. I used soft seafoam and garden green, and also a little bit of evening evergreen on the vine of the darker leaves. Pretty cool. And then there is this one. This one's kind of funky. So what I did is I used the stems, and this is Blushing Bride. Just kind of, like I said, a funky card. It's just a background that I wanted to use on it. So I used the stems as a background on this one. And what I did with this, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I completely forget to use my Wink of Stella pen, which is this little guy right here. And you know, I should use it more. What's great about Wink of Stella is that it's glitter that does not go wild. Does that make sense? I love glitter, but if you've worked with glitter, you know it gets everywhere and it never leaves no matter how much you clean. Well, this is great. It's in a pin form and it gives you that shimmer sparkle without the mess. I love it. And I always forget to use it. So what I basically did is I splattered it on using my bone folder and just getting out some aggression and hitting it. And then it just kind of disperses all over your card. Hey, thanks, Nancy. I thought it was kind of different. And then, here's a color I don't use often. Very vanilla. I don't know why. I'm a white gal. I like that. Hey, Lisa. Hi. Hello, sister. How you doing? I don't know why. I just like white. White is just, I don't know. White. There's something about vanilla. I just don't give vanilla the love that it needs. So I decided to also use a color I haven't used in a while, and this is Pale Papaya, which is one of the in colors that are retiring. Oh, that reminds me, I got to tell you guys about that again too. And I used a blending brush and just gave a little bit of soft color behind it, and then I stamped the stems in Early Espresso. And then this again, I believe was Saucy Foam and Garden Green. Or maybe, no, maybe that was Shaded Spruce because I wanted it a little brighter. And again, I did the same thing with my Wink of Stella pen. I just beat it to death with my bone folder and gave this little card some spickle speckles. If you can see that in the light, kind of, sort of. So there's some samples on that set. I love that it comes with a punch. Makes it easy. Easy, easy crafting. That's what it's all about, right, guys? And then, let's see here. This set. I'll show you this next. Here's Growth Takes Time. So this does not have a punch. It does not have dies, but it's such a cute set, right? And I love the sentiments in this set. And I made just a couple of cards. There's this one here. That tree is just, I don't know, something about that tree. I love it. But it needs to have little dollars all over it. Then we can call it a money tree. Ha, ha, ha. And then there's this one here that I made with the smaller tree right there and the watering can. And then for the background, I use these little leaves here. And then I stamped with Stays On ink, black, with some vellum, and then stuck it on there and colored this with blends, Stampin' Blends. All right, and then, see, I was just like giddy to be able to show you guys this stuff because I know I've talked to you about this stuff, but to actually see it with some samples, it just clicks, right? It just makes more sense. So these dies right here, I want to show you something. I know this isn't my personal brainstorm. Several demonstrators have been showing this, and I wanted to share it with all of you. So this set is called, it's just a set of dies, standalone dies, and it's called Radiating, oh my gosh, and I covered that up. Radiating Dies, that's what we're going to call it. Oh my gosh. And with that being said, these work with, okay, now I've showed you this before. I know I have, because I love the dies that go with this. Why? Because they nest within each other. So this gives you a lot of options, right? So with that being said, I took this set of dies from the Color and Contour bundle. So you might want to grab these up if you guys don't have these with what I'm going to show you. You're going to be like, OMG, I have to have. Okay, so there's this bundle here. Grab it up. Grab it up now, because as soon as that retirement list comes out the end of the month, things are going to fly. They're going to fly. Because there'll be a lot of discounted items, and then that will go live, I believe, on April 4th. So we'll be able to show the retirement list starting March 29th, but it will go live April the 4th. Okay, and I'll be posting that, so if you subscribe to my newsletter, you'll get it first. If you are on my Facebook page, which you are right now, or in my group, I'll also post it there after I send out my newsletter that day. So it'll be early in the morning. Whoops, I almost knocked over my camera. So what I wanted to show you with these dies let's see. I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody saying hi. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so what I do is I think this is Orchid Oasis, and then you have this first outer layer right here. It cuts it. It actually cuts out the frame, and it also embosses. Radiating stitches! That's it. Oh my gosh. Oh, darn. Anyway, so that's what the first die does, the outside die. Super cool, right? Because then it will perfectly, okay, go ahead and give you your first layer of your card. Well, then we have this die, which is from the other set. Look at that. It fits perfectly within that first die of the radiating stitches. Then we have the second radiating stitches die, and that fits perfectly from this size in the other die set. In fact, let me go ahead. I'm going to put these, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see all this stuff. There we go. We're going to put these there so you can kind of get a visual. Yeah, it kind of shows you. Okay. And then I took from this set and layered up that die. Pretty cool, right? But wait, there's more. So then there's this one, which is the third of the rectangles. Okay, again, it's got stitching around the edge, and it fits right inside there. And then wait, because this die right here, the second to the last, will fit inside there. Isn't that cool? And then, of course, you have your circle. And there's actually two circles here. There's the mini little circle. And if you run these two dies together, you get this. Pretty cool, right? And then there's also the heart, which I love this little heart. He's so cute. And then you have the smaller circle. So yeah, there's a lot of fun that you can have with these dies. I dig them, and I think they're still available at my online store right now. So again, you'll want to grab up the contour. I don't remember what these are called exactly. Scallop contour dies. Okay, and the item number is 155560. So grab those up if you don't have them, and then you can play with those and mixing up with these, the radiating stitches dies. I just thought, ooh, that is so flippin' cool. So with that, I did do a couple of samples to show you guys. I'm going to put these away. I'm going to keep these for reference for myself. So when I'm playing with other products, I have these to kind of remember how they jive. So anyway. Okay, so with that being said, here's a card that I made. The set I used here, I think, was Biggest Wishes or Biggest Wish or something like that. It's out of the annual catalog. I wanted to use some really bright colors. Order number for the stitch dies. Ooh, let me give you that. Thank you. Whoops. I got stuff flying all over the place. Okay. The item number for the stitched or radiating stitch dies, or it's like a tongue twister, is 161595. 161595. And I believe that they're $32 for these. Good question. Thanks, Nance. And then I made this card here. So I layered the radiating stitches dies. My goodness, that's going to get the best of my tongue today. Along with the scallop contour dies. And I used the hearts on that. And this, I forgot what set that's called, but it's out of the annual catalog. I was digging through my annual catalog sets because they really needed some love, right? Do you have a few sets like that? And then there is this one. So what I decided to do with this one is just cutting a bunch of the circles, and I laid them out, glued them down with multi-purpose glue, and then turned my card over and then trimmed them down. So they were flush with the card. and then using another one of the stitched dies and the hearts right there. Isn't that cool? I love it. It's just kind of fun, kind of different. I just had this vision of, I want to use these circles. I want to make it a background. So let's go for it and just play. So that's what I did with that one. And then this is a beautiful stamp set. And I had to get this because my mom always loved marigolds. The smell of those marigolds, like it just sticks in your memory, right? And it was just a flower that she always wanted to make sure that she grew, whether it was at the inn at the time or previous to that at the house that we were at before we moved up north. And she was all about the marigolds. So this is a set that I will not get rid of, even if it does retire, because it's just one of those that's going to be very special to me. But anyway, I love the way this one turned out. I used, again, the largest die and the Radiating Stitches dies, and then used the Marigold Moments. The colors that I used were Pale Papaya and Mango Melody, which is normally like so bright because that's the color of the cardstock here, but it really toned it down a bit when you pair it with Pale Papaya. Isn't that cute? And then the circle I cut from the Stylish Shapes. That set, by the way, of dies is on low inventory. I mean, I hope that it's going to carry over, but we won't know until we see that list. So keep it on your radar if you don't already have the Stylish Shapes, Stylish Stitch Shapes, something like that. They're in the annual catalog in the back, along with all the other die sets. And it's great. It's got the circles, the squares, and the banners in that. So anyway, just some fun cards as far as using those Radiating Stitches dies. I'll give you a few ideas, if anything. And it helps to kind of see the size with what you see in the pack of the dies. And then last but not least, I know that the dies here, I think are unavailable, but they are going to be returning, so don't panic if you haven't gotten this already. It's a beautiful set, and you can purchase it with just the stamp set, or you can purchase it as a bundle with the dies. And with that being said, let me show you. So I've been meaning to show you guys this stuff, and then I forget. This here was made as a mystery stamping with my team. I thought it was kind of fun. We did something a little different. And this was my card here. So that's using the Irresistible Blooms. And then this was a swap. Who made this? Nancy Spence made this card. It's actually a pocket, which is kind of cute. And then this pulls out here. And then this is another card that I made. I love the designer paper, and I can't remember. I think it may be unavailable right now, but just to show you guys this so that once it becomes available again, if it isn't already available, but I don't think it is, that you'll want to grab it because it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous designer paper. It's a 6x6 pack. And then these little guys here as part of the collection, I guess you want to call it. And they are out of stock right now, just so you know, but they will be back, I believe, in May. So just keep stalking my online store. There's been some things that have been coming back a little quicker than the dates that they've put on a few items, so you just never know. So keep checking. And here's another swap card that I received. And another card. Like I said, isn't this like beautiful, beautiful designer series paper? And it's just my speed. It's colors that I personally just love to work with. There's this one here. And also, this was a swap card as well. And this was made by Barb Mulligan. I just love it. Oh, so pretty. Anyway, so yeah, I had all these samples and I thought, oh my gosh, I need to show you guys all the goodies. So I think that was it, because there's another set of dies in there that are like border type dies, elegant borders, I think they're called. And I thought I ordered them and I was all ready to play. And I was like, I can't find them. Then I realized that I didn't order them. Oops. So of course I had to place an order to get them because they're really cool. They're very, very cool. Okay, whew, that was a lot of stuff, wasn't it? Are you guys ready to create? So today we are working with, let's find all my stuff here. Here we go. Grab my mini catalog. It is on page 58 and 59. And actually, no, just 58 and 59. Okay. So this suite right here is called Enjoy the Journey. It has a bundle, stamp sets and dies. It has this twine, which, what did I do with it? Here it is. Now, I didn't really use the twine on these cards, but I wanted to show it to you guys. It is really, really cool. And I love the colors that they decided to use, which I think is pumpkin pie. Gosh, what were they? Coastal Cabana, pumpkin pie, and garden green. So there's that, a pack of 3. And then at first I was really perplexed on how to use these. Let me get these out so you guys can see them. They are called enamel sticker icons. I'll show you the thickness of them. So they're really not that thick, but they just have a little, I don't know, a weight to them. I don't want to say they're heavy, but they're substantial. And what's really cool about these, I want to show you guys something. Let me grab a blend. Let's see. We'll grab polished pink. So what's really cool with these, of course, I've told you guys before, these Stampin' Blends of ours they're alcohol based, and they work with non-porous surfaces the best. What do I mean by non-porous surface? Something like these, that shiny, that normally if you were to use a marker on, a water-based marker, it would just bead up because there's nothing there for it to, I don't know, hold on to the ink. Does that make sense? No, you know, like water on plastic, the way it beads up, it's not going to absorb, right? This is the same type of concept. And because they're alcohol-based, they dry very quickly. So if you're thinking, I don't know what to do with these, you can color them any color that you like to match your project. So even if you're not playing with, let's say, the colors that are featured in the designer paper, you could color these with any of your Stampin' Blends, and then it's dry. It's dry. Isn't that cool? I love that. So anywho, that's just another way to use them. And we're going to use them, whoops, on our project today. So I think I'll just keep this open. All right. So anyway, I have to admit, this was not on my radar. In fact, because I ordered probably too much, but that's why I'm a demonstrator. I love to get my discount. But I ended up getting this, this here in the paper. I think I got it with my stamp rewards. Okay. So I just kind of put it in the corner and I thought, yeah, it's okay. But I wasn't like in love with it. So it didn't, I wasn't inspired to dig into it immediately. Let me push this down a little bit better so you can see it. There we go. But after I started working with it, I was like, you know what? This is actually a very, very cool suite of product. And with that being said, I thought that we would make some cards today. Now, in April, when I'm gone and playing in the mud, I thought it appropriate, since I'm going to be on a little journey, that I have even more cards to show you guys that I'm going to record in advance. I think it's like that third weekend of April. And I'll be showing you some more ideas with this suite. But it's super, super cool. And yeah, I love the designer paper, which, where is that? Right here. So you can get a better look at it. There's a lot of fun colors in the paper itself. So anyway, that's what I thought we would play with today. So since I may forget, before we do start playing, I have some samples for you guys. I probably should have taken them out of the plastic, but you'll get the idea. So check out, these are some cards that I've just made that I've had on display in my classroom that I just love. There are dies where you can cut out the clouds. In fact, I should show you those. So here's the stamp set, up close and personal. This right here is one of my favorites. Surprise, surprise, right? And then the dies are right here. And there are some really fun dies, and more than what I thought would be in here. I mean, you look at it in the book, and once you see it in person, it, like, again, it clicks. One of my favorites is this. And I'm going to explain to you guys today how to use this, because at first I was like, what the heck is that? Like, I don't get it. But it will make mountains, right? Picture that as a mountain. And let me show you the card that I used here. So you can't really see a lot of it. This is a card that was a little trickier for me, so it's going to take a little bit more time on our last card. But basically what I did is I took a piece of paper that was a couple inches in thickness, or width-wise, and then I used this on the top, and it makes, so this is garden green, and I believe shaded spruce. And you can see it makes mountains, although most of it ended up being covered anyway. But I love this one. It is so cool. And then in the video that I'm going to record in advance, I use this on a card that is just, oh, it's really cool. You're going to love it. Trust me. So you won't want to miss the recorded live that I have like the third weekend of April. But anyway, with that being said, a lot of fun possibilities with this. And like I said, it wasn't really up my alley, but I just started to fall in love with the designer paper. The sentiments were kind of cool. And I thought, you know what? I'm kind of digging this. Let's play with it some more. So that's what we're going to do today. And by the way, if you're a demonstrator, you've seen these cards already. They were featured in our Succeed Weekly. Love that. I always love to see, I like to look at the pictures. Okay, let's get started, guys. Sorry, I'm long-winded today, aren't I? So, first of all, we're going to do this card right here. We're going to go in stages. So, I call this like the beginner card. So, someone who's a beginner stamper, possibly. It's just an easy card, but I personally, I loved it. I thought it was cool. So, we have our pieces here. And I'm going to set these aside and lose them, I'm sure. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so first of all, I used a piece of thick basic white cardstock. It's cut at 5.5 by 8.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4 inches. I'm just going to give it a little bit better of a crisp edge there for my fold with my bone folder. And then I have a piece of, this is 4 7/8 by, I think it's 3 3/4. Yes. So we're going to use this guy. I have my little cheat sheet here. Set it aside so I don't lose it. And then I also have a piece of basic white cardstock, and this, oh my gosh, what is this at? 5/8 by 3. And then I cut out a couple of these in case I mess up. Always have a spare, right? I was a Girl Scout at one time, can you tell? And this is cut at 3/4 inch by 2 3/4. And this is going to be for our sentiment here. So we're going to set that aside for a minute. So first of all, what I want to do is work with, oh, I forgot to get a block for the trees. Let's do that. Magically, a block appears. And then, what did I just do? There we go. I forgot to get the trees out. By the way, this is a photopolymer set. All right. And then I'm going to use Garden Green. Garden Green. And because it's a photopolymer set, I have grabbed my piercing mat. It gives a little extra cushion since these stamps don't have a cushion like our red rubber. And they give a better impression if you use something underneath that gives it that little cushion, so to speak. I just have a scrap piece of paper here because I didn't want to get it on my background here. And what we're going to do, we're going to ink and then stamp off an ink as well. And that's going to get the depth of the trees that you see. All right, see if I can shake the table a little bit, right? Get you guys dizzy. There we go. And then we're going to ink off. And we're going to stamp up here. Oops, I got a little ink going on the corner there. I better clean that off before I get it on my project. How many of you guys do that too? I don't know why. That's just a thing with me. And then we're going to stamp down here. Ink, stamp off. And again, isn't it fun? And then, oops, I want that full strength. Oopsie. And there we go, just like that. I used a lot of green all over these cards. Clean that off in case I need it later. And I'm going to set that aside for a minute. And then this piece right here is the piece that's underneath the courage sentiment. And what we're going to do, we're going to take the grass and the starry sky, which is one of the in colors that's staying for another year. I'm not normally a blue gal. I love this blue. I think it's that bright, vivid blue. It's just really cool. And what we're going to do with the grass is we're just making a background. Okay, just like that. That's it. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Oops, and then I'm going to knead this out yet. And take one of my pieces, put that aside, and we need courage. Need a little bit of courage. Who was that in the Wizard of Oz that needed the courage? Was that the lion who needed the courage? I don't know. I'm rambling, don't mind me. Anyway, and then we're going to go ahead and stamp the sentiment. Like so. Ooh, that came out really good. Good job, Dawn. Give myself a pat on the back. And let's see, clean that up. I think we're going to need the grass again too, so I'm going to set that over here. All right, and then what I need to do is bring in my paper trimmer, paper cutter. And I'm going to bring this piece back in. We're going to move this stuff aside for a minute. And then what we're going to do with this piece, we're going to cut it in 3 pieces that are 1 5/8. I know, right? I'm living on the edge here, you guys. I want to make sure you can see it. There we go. So 1 5/8. So we need to make 2 cuts. Let's see, right there. And you're like, oh my gosh, you just cut what you stamped. But it's going to look really cool. We just want it in order. Otherwise, it might look goofy. I don't know. It might look goofy. So, with that being said, I have my first, my middle, my last piece. And I need my dimensionals. We're going to go ahead and load these guys with a bunch of my favorite thing, dimensionals. I sure go through a lot of these. My vacuum cleaner loves sucking up all the coverings on these things that you peel off. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now we're gonna stick these down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with my middle piece first. And you know, you can sit there and measure your card and make sure it's perfectly aligned. I don't do that. I just eyeball it. And like I said, this is the center of the card piece that we just cut, and I'm gonna stick it down. I'm not gonna press firmly on it yet in case I do have to move it. Now this is the right side of the card, and you know, it's not supposed to be perfect. I'm gonna do a little off kilter because I honestly think it gives the card a little extra visual interest. And then we're gonna put that one on like that, and there we go. See, isn't that cool? Love it. And then this piece here, I'm going to put on with just a little bit of seal. Whoops. Come on, Mr. Seal, cooperate. And we're going to stick this down like so. And then I want to put on Courage with some dimensionals. Whoa, it's sticking to my fingernail. Okay. And we'll stick that on just like so. Isn't that fun? And then bring these back in, and I used this guy right here. And what's really cool about these two, they have the sticky on the back, so you don't even have to worry about, you know, messing with adhesive at all. And we're gonna pop that on like so. Okay, there's card number 1. What do you guys think of that one? Give me some love, show me some hearts. Nothing like begging for love, right? Oh, goodness sakes. So anyway, so that's card number 1. Having a little bit of courage. And then we have card number 2. I love this one. Now you're going to notice a theme going here where I cut the same way on each of the rectangles. So with that being said, this is designer series paper. Isn't that cool? In that pack. Love it. I think it's awesome. So let's see here. My pack of goodies. This right here. And this is a piece of Starry Sky, cut at 5.5 by 8.5, and I scored at 4 1/4. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give it a little bit better of a nice crisp edge with my bone folder. And then I have a piece of basic white, 4 by 5 1/4. And this is for my liner inside the card, because this is so dark, right? You wouldn't be able to see. It'd be like the invisible message inside the card. There we go. Ta-da. Easy enough. And then what I did is I took a piece of, you have to think about it, 4 7/8 by 3 3/4 piece of this Starry Sky paper, and I trimmed it down again at 1 5/8 each. Is it the lion, Lisa? There we go. See, I thought I was right, but I just, you know, sometimes I don't know. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to, again, adhere this with dimensionals, give it a little bit of pop, because I just think it looks more funner with dimensionals. Okay, there. And there we go. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to put the middle one down again first. It just helps to line the other two, I think, a little better. So we're going to pop this in the middle-ish. It kind of looks, yeah, there we go. Maybe like so, yeah. That looks good enough. We're covering half of it anyway, so, you know. Okay, and then I'm going to go a little off kilter a little bit. And the same with the one on the left. So from seeing what I've shown you so far, how many of you are really digging this sweet. I just love it. I think it's great. And then, let's see here. I have a lot of other little bits and bobbles. So I've already stamped the trees. This is garden green, and this is shaded spruce. So you can tell the difference in color just slightly. So I stamped them and then cut them out with the die that matches in the set. And what we're going to do is we're going to layer these little puppies just like so. So you're giving yourself a background. You see how that's working there? I love it. It's so much fun. So we're going to go ahead with the seal. And we are going to line these up just like that. So I love when it all of a sudden just comes to life, right? This is a piece of our basic white, and this is one of the dies. And then I use Mango Melody, and this is a die in there as well. That, whoops, he's jumping. This cute little moon. The moon that wants to go all over the place. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take mini dimensionals. We do have minis. And I am going to go ahead and put them on the back side of the cloud with my take your pick tool. I just think that these fit a little bit better on the cloud size. All right, so we're going to peel these little guys off. This is a treat when you have fake nails. But I refuse to get rid of them, so ideal. All right, we're going to go ahead and pop the cloud over here. And then I'm going to take my itty bitty moon, and I think I'm going to just use a couple of dabs of my multi-purpose liquid glue, or as I call it, you guys know, green glue. Whoop. And I know what's going to happen. It's going to come out all at once. There we go. Okay, just a dab will do ya. I'm showing my age now. We're going to put the moon right there. Kinda-ish. Whoops. There we go. That's cool. All right. And then I'm going to bring back my scrap piece of paper. And this is a piece of polished pink. Look, it goes perfectly with my nail polish. I don't know why I had to mention that. I always do. Isn't that weird? Dawn, you're weird. Okay, and then we're going to grab the polished pink ink pad. This is one of those reasons why I love Stampin' Up! So much, right? Everything coordinates. There's no thinking involved. I don't want to think when I'm creating. I just want to have fun. Isn't there a song like that? Girls just want to have fun. Okay, and what we're going to do again, the same thing that we did on the last, but we're doing it with a pop of pink. There we go. That's great. And, you know, it doesn't show a whole lot, but I just think it's kind of fun. And I'll show, oh, wait, nope, I used the stars on that one. Oh, I tell you what, let's just flip it over. We'll do that again. I got so excited. Okay, where did my stamp set go? Boy, if you guys could see my table right now, whew, it is a hot little mess. There it is. Stamp set's right in front of my little eyeballs. Okay, so this stamp right here. And we're going to take the grass off because I don't think I need that anymore. And this is that little stars. Isn't that cool? We'll just do the correct thing. That's the great thing about paper. It has two sides. We love that. There we go. Magically fixed. All right. And this is going to be cut. Let me get my scissors out. And I just did a little trim. Trim. And whoops, whoops, whoops. Like so. Just kind of at an angle. Nothing fancy. And then I have this piece here, which is at, oh my gosh, what was this cut at here? I'm going to give you guys the right dimensions. 3/4 by 2. 3/4 inches by 2 inches right here for the sentiment. And we need the stars sentiment. And we also need the Starry Sky ink pad. Oh, wait. Sugar biscuit. That's the wrong size. Okay. 1 minute. Let me grab my white paper. We'll make that right. I guess 3/4 of an inch was not going to be working on that card. So I'm going to take a scrap. Let's make it, I'm going to go with 1 1/4. Oh, that might be too much. Let's do 1 inch. This is the way I rock and roll sometimes in my craft area. Okay. I cut it at 3 inches, so 1 by 3, but I think we're going to have to trim that down for sure. Oh, yeah, that works muchas betteres. There we go. Perfect. Okay. And so what I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to go ahead and adhere that polished pink piece. And stick, whoa. And everything just wants to stick to me today. I'm going to put that right there. And then for the stars sentiment, we're going to trim this the same way, just kind of at an angle for some more visual interest. And we're going to stick that on there like so with a little bit of seal. And then taking these little, what do you want to call it? Enamel icons, I guess they call them. We're going to use this one. And we're going to stick it just like so. Ta-da! So that's card number 2. What do you guys think of card 2? Show some hearts if you like the card number 2. All right. And then later on, too, what I'll do is I'll say, let's vote. Show me which your vote for the one that you like better. I like to do that. I think that that's a lot of fun. Let's see here. There we go. I was like, what did I do with the last card? Oh my goodness sakes. Wow. So this one's going to be a little bit more involved, but it's not difficult by any means, okay? So this is a piece of, again, Starry Sky. Love this color, you guys. It's awesome. I'm so happy it's around for at least another year. Now, speaking of colors, I know I talked to you about this last week, but again, if there are any colors in any of our color families along with the retiring in colors, make sure that you stock up now. So I'm talking like an extra ink refill for your stamp pad, extra cardstock, anything using the colors really that you absolutely love. Because with this color revamp coming up, once the stuff is gone, it's going to be gone. So I just don't want anybody sad. And like, I really wish I would have gotten a little bit more cardstock, you know. So anyway, what I did with this is I cut these at like, what was that? 3 3/4 inches length. Depth-wise, or width, I cut them, I think this one was at 2 inches, and this was at like 2.5 or 3 inches. And with that being said, I think I'm going to go opposite here. I think this is going to work out better. But see, remember that really kitty wampus die? And you're like, what the heck would you do with that die? Look, it makes mountains. Isn't that cool? So what we're going to do, I took a piece of this designer paper. I'm going to move this up a little bit. I got all my little pieces. So this again was a piece of designer paper that I cut at 4 7/8 by 3 3/4. And then I made 2 cuts at 1 5/8 each that gave us these 3 pieces. So when you put it together, of course, you have some mountains. Well, I wanted the depth of more color in the paper. So I was trying to figure out, how am I going to do this? Do I kind of put it together and then cut it? Which probably would have been easier, but of course, nothing for me in my brain works like normal people. It just is. So what I did is I took these pieces that I cut, and I think I'm going to work with this one first. This is actually going to be easier. And you guys are going to laugh. You're going to be like, yeah, Dawn, there's an easier way of doing that. But this is the way I did it, so this is the way I'm going to show you. So just don't laugh at me, okay? So I took a little bit of adhesive on the back of this. And like I said, just a little bit. I didn't go all the way across, because otherwise it would have been a sticky, hot mess. And I went to the bottom of my designer paper piece and made sure that it was flush with the designer paper piece, and I just cut it. See, the back side of that is what we just used. So I'm going to go to the back side, and we're going to trim it. Okay, and then I did again, I put a little bit more adhesive on the part of my mountain. And of course, I'm covering up part of that pretty paper, but that's okay. It's all good. I just wanted to make sure you guys seen what to do with that die, because it is kind of weird, right? You look at it and go, what in the heck am I going to do with that? So you see what's happening? The layers. Kind of cool. So then I took this piece here and put a little bit more adhesive on it. Like I said, there's several ways to do this. I decided to do the hard way. And there you go. So isn't that cool? And then, so this was shaded spruce. This is garden green. So then I'm going to do the same with the garden green. And I'm going to put it on top. And we're making layers. Chop, chop. A little more adhesive. I never said that anything I attempt is ever easy. Oh gosh, and I say that with a smile because I know my mind is just a little bit trippy. Okay, so there's that. See how that's going? Whoops, there we go. And then the last piece. Go right there. All right, so there you go. There's your layers of mountains. So I hope that that made sense to you guys. And again, I did pre-stamp and cut these batches of trees. And again, I used the shaded spruce and garden green. But first, let's go ahead and we are going to attach these 3 pieces to the card. You guys are getting the hang of this, right? You know what I'm going to do next. I'm going to put on all these darn dimensionals all over these. I need to be faster at this. So I hope you guys had a great St. Patrick's Day. I mean, I trust that you did. I didn't really do a whole lot, but I don't know. I'm just not much of a party animal anyway. My definition of party is getting in my PJs and stamping. Basically, that's my partying zone. Okay, we're going to go ahead and set to that-ish, and then peel these off and work on the right side. And we're going to kind of kitty wampus that, because I kind of like that look. And the same with the left. So you can see by the same basic layout, you can oh, wait a minute here. Let's, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to fix that. Oh, Oh, ignore what I'm doing. Just close your eyes. It's all good. Give you guys anxiety. What the heck is she doing? We're gonna go ahead and take this. Oh, I didn't think I pressed that down so hard. Okay, there we go. Okay. And then this guy, I'm gonna move over. Ugh. Yowza. Oh, I don't like doing that, but there we go. Okay. It's gonna look better once we get all of our stuff on there anyway. No one's ever gonna know, right? Besides, it's art. It's not supposed to be perfect. Yes. Okay, we're going to put a little bit of adhesive on all of my batches of trees. And we have this guy. And then, oh, wait a minute. Wow, I'm really like not paying attention. All right, I'm just like, woohoo. There we go. And there we go. See, there's so many distractions on the card. Nobody will ever know where I messed up. It's our secret, right? And then these two clouds here, I am going to use these mini dimensionals again. I think that the clouds just look kind of cool when they're popped up a little bit with a dimensional or 2 or 3 or 10. Okay, there we go. And later on our clouds, like that. Isn't that cool? I love the way these cards come together with the backgrounds and stuff and the trees. It just, I don't know, it's so cool. It's so much fun. And then we have our little hiker. Now, I didn't do it because I was, okay, I'm just going to admit it, I was too lazy. But you could cut out an itty bitty piece because these are all, let me see here, get my hokey pokey tool, picket tool. And you can see, whoops, the lantern. You could put a piece of like mango melody behind it and make it look lit up. I did not do that because that's a very tiny piece. And it's one of those things where it just wasn't cooperating with my nails. I'm just going to say it. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to put a dimensional on the back of him. But before we add him or her, could be her, I've taken a piece. This is a piece of 1 inch by 2 3/4. 1 by 2 3/4. And I'm going to use the Mountain of Thanks sentiment and my Starry Sky ink. And I cut out a couple in case I made a boo-boo. I'm going to go ahead and position the sentiment over to the right. There we go. Oh, and I forgot to bring my little piercing mat over, but it turned out pretty good considering. And then I'm going to add this with dimensionals. We'll use 3. And if you wanted to, you could dovetail the edges on this. I just chose to leave it boxy, I guess you want to call it. All right, make sure those are stuck down. And then we're going to put this here and grab one of my enamel icons. And we're going to use the trees and put that there, hopefully on straight-ish. There we go. And then we'll put our little hiker person on there like so. And there you have card number 3. So let's grab all the cards here. So we have this one and that one and this one. Whoops. All right, there we go. Whew. Alrighty. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's live. Like I said, this was not on my radar at all to purchase, but the more I started playing with all the bits and pieces of it, I was like, oh my gosh, like I really have missed out playing with this whole suite of product. So this is again in the mini catalog, and you can find it at my online store. So if you have any questions though about this stuff, reach out to me and I can help you find everything that you need as far as that goes. But yeah, super, super fun stuff. Hey, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. Thank you so much. I always appreciate you being here. You guys are awesome. You really do make my weekend. Like, I look forward to this every single Sunday. So anyway, I will be posting more information about these projects today, along with the replay over on my blog, which is dawnscreativechalet.com. And there'll be some measurements on there as well, and along with some close-up pictures of these cards. So if you want to dissect them, you may. And feel free to case them. I want to see how you guys, or what you come up with this suite of product. But anyway, thanks so much again, you guys. Have a great rest of your day. And I will see you next Sunday right here for Sunday Crafternoon with Dawn at 1 p.m. in the Eastern time zone. Until then, you guys have a wonderful week. And if you're seeing the sunshine like I am, enjoy it. It just feels wonderful through my window. Thanks again. Bye-bye.